Very good afternoon, Deputy Prime Minister Heng Swee Keat, and of course, very good afternoon to the fellow mayors, Mayor Denise Phua, Mayor Desmond Chu, Mayor Alex Yam, Mayor Fahmi Aliman, and a very good afternoon to Mr. Yeo Hyang Ming, President of FMAS, Mr. Lim Hock Yu, CD of PA, and to all our district councillors and to all our friends who are attending this event via Zoom. Ladies and gentlemen, very good afternoon again. And on behalf of the 5 mayors, happy 2021 to everyone. And I want to echo DPM Heng's warm welcome to everyone for joining us today at the launch of the $20 million CDC Vouchers scheme, Tranche 2. And like what DPM has shared with us earlier in his remarks, when Singapore was hit by COVID-19 last year, one of the first things that the 5 mayors and the CDC did, we came together via Zoom during the circuit breaker to plan to see how we could quickly develop and roll out the CDC voucher scheme in June. The scheme aimed to help vulnerable residents defray household expenses and at the same time revitalize the business of merchants and hawkers in the heartlands. And earlier you heard from some of our shopkeepers and hawkers how the program has helped them boost their business in a very tangible way. Even though the use of the CDC vouchers ended on 31st December last year, we continue to receive positive feedback from the ground about the scheme. Many, like the gentleman and the shop owners in the video, hope that there will be a second tranche. For example, Mr. Sekar Jaya Prakash appreciated how the vouchers brought more customers to his store. In fact, Mr. Sekar mentioned, and I quote him, "We have fewer customers because more people are stayed at home, even after circuit breaker." The CDC voucher scheme benefited both the residents and small businesses. It helped vulnerable residents reduce some daily expenses and also gave storeholders like us more business, unquote. Sharing that same sentiment is Mr. Abu Bakar, owner of King Omar restaurant. Due to COVID-19, his business dropped by 40%. And he mentioned it's the first time that it dropped that significantly, drastically in 8 years. And despite the difficulties, he was determined. He sought to maintain the restaurant's high food quality as well as the jobs for his employees. He shared with us that he was grateful for how the CDC vouchers boosted his business in this difficult time. To him, he shared that the scheme was just like a silver lining in the dark crisis, helping the community and the small businesses during the pandemic. He was also very glad to be part of the initiative to help the identified families. The 5 mayors and also the CDC team, as well as the Merchant Association and all the merchants and participating store owners, were all very encouraged by the favorable response, demand and the support for the first tranche of $20 million CDC voucher scheme. As a result of that, the mayors and together we decided to extend it for the second time with a second tranche of $20 million. Although the COVID-19 situation has improved, but we also observe that lives and businesses are still feeling the impact of COVID-19. We recognize the need for continued efforts to uplift and support affected residents and our heartland businesses. Tranche 2 will offer the same support as the first round, focus at reducing the cost of living for vulnerable residents and also bringing more customers to our heartland shops. The 5 mayors hope that this can also be an opportune time for shopkeepers and also our store holders to gain new and loyal customers in their vicinity. I think all of us are very inspired by what the storeholder earlier mentioned, that he observed that one of the customers used the CDC vouchers to buy food, to donate to elderly, to pay it forward. So we hope that we can hear more stories about that and like that. And the scheme will also play a role in energizing community connections like those between the neighborhood shops as well as the residents staying in the estate. Just as before in Tranche 1, the voucher collection for Tranche 2 will be rolled out progressively to facilitate and also to ensure safe distancing. Households who qualify for the scheme will receive letters informing them of where and when to collect their CDC vouchers. The vouchers are worth $50 and presented in denomination of $2. The list of participating hawkers and local merchants will be available on the CDC website as well as the respective community clubs. Merchants on board this particular program will display a decal on their shop front for easy identification. The vouchers will be valid, like what DPM has mentioned earlier, the vouchers will be valid till 30th September 2021. The mayors and I would like to take the opportunity to extend our heartfelt gratitude to DPM Heng for giving a budget to the CDC last year during his budget statement so that we could create and curate this when the circuit breaker hit. We also want to use the occasion to thank our wonderful partners, Mr. Yeo and FMAS, as well as People Association and our grassroots organization, our hard-working colleagues working in the CO, in the community club, the various merchant associations supporting this very meaningful initiative, the 8,100 merchants and hawkers, and we hope to welcome more for their unwavering support for CDC Voucher Scheme. As we support each other through this challenging period, we are building a caring and resilient community. We will overcome the hard times with our united spirit and emerge stronger together. The 5 mayors would like to wish everyone a happy Lunar New Year. Stay safe, stay well, and we hope that you will give the second tranche of the CDC vouchers similar strong support like the tranche 1. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Loh. Thank you very much.